What would you do if you found an ancient manual that promises to save you from mistakes and pain, and even guide you toward true prosperity? In this video, we're going to decipher what Solomon, the wisest king of all time, left us in writing. Secrets that many ignore, yet have been described there for thousands of years, like a manual to be followed. But why does no one follow it? Why is there so much pain and suffering if such a manual is accessible to everyone? You can continue ignoring this wisdom and make the same mistake again. But if you decide to walk this path today, your life could radically change. The answer you're looking for is ready. I invite you to uncover these secrets. The choice is now yours. Before we begin, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe and turn on notifications to be alerted about future videos. Let's dive in. Wisdom's Counsel in Chapter 3. Solomon reveals a powerful truth. Not every path that seems right is trustworthy. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. How many times have we stumbled because we trusted too much in our own logic or in the empty promises of others? But here, God says, "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths." Proverbs 3:6. Solomon teaches that wisdom brings health to the body, peace to the soul, and true prosperity. Not fleeting riches, but eternal treasure. Blessed is the man who finds wisdom. She is more precious than rubies. Proverbs 3, verses 13 to 15. Wisdom is a shield. Proverbs 4. Solomon continues his instruction like a deeply loving father. "My son, pay attention to my words, for they are life to those who find them and health to their whole body." Proverbs 4, verses 20 to 22. In a world full of conflicting information, he warns, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Proverbs 4:23. The heart is the seat of decisions. The wisdom that comes from God acts like a shield, filtering what comes in, healing what is wounded, and strengthening what is good. The warning against evil seduction. Proverbs 5 in chapter 5. Solomon brings it into real life. He warns against the seduction of the adulterous woman, a symbol of everything that seems sweet but is ultimately deadly. Her lips drip honey, but in the end, she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a double-edged sword. Proverbs 5, verses 3 and 4. It's about the fleeting pleasures that come with a heavy cost, the decisions that seem harmless but drain the soul and destroy relationships. And the antidote? Drink water from your own cistern. Proverbs 5:15. Value what God has given you. Live faithfully. Be upright. This is the path to freedom, the trap of the eyes and the deceit of laziness. Proverbs 6. In chapter 6, we are led to examine three silent enemies: laziness, covetous eyes, and a proud heart. Go to the ant, you sluggard. It has no commander, yet it stores its provisions in summer. Proverbs 6, verses 6 to 8. Then Solomon lists 7 things the Lord detests, a spiritual x-ray of the human soul. Among them, haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, and a heart that devises wicked schemes. Proverbs 6, verses 16 to 19. True wisdom teaches us to walk with diligence, humility, and integrity, not out of fear, but out of love for truth. The cry of wisdom in the streets. Proverbs 7 and 8. In chapter 7, Solomon returns to the theme of seduction, now telling a story as a warning. He describes a naive young man led by his ignorance into ruin. With persuasive words, she led him astray, till an arrow pierced his liver. Proverbs 7, verses 21 to 23. But chapter 8 changes the tone. Now it is wisdom herself crying out in the streets. Does not wisdom call out? Does not understanding raise her voice? To you, O people, I call out, I raise my voice to all mankind. Proverbs 8, verses 1 to 4. Wisdom is not hidden. She calls out to everyone, I love those who love me, and those who seek me early shall find me. Proverbs 8:17. And most astonishing of all, wisdom was with God from the beginning. She is not a human idea, but a reflection of God's own nature. Proverbs 8, verses 22 to 31. Two tables, two destinies. Proverbs 9. In chapter 9, we see the ultimate contrast. On one side, wisdom invites us to a banquet. On the other, folly also stretches out her hand. Wisdom has built her house, she has prepared her meat and mixed her wine. Proverbs 9, verses 1 and 2. The foolish woman is loud. She sits at the door of her house and says, stolen water is sweet. Proverbs 9, verses 13 to 17. Proverbs 9 is not just a metaphorical tale, it represents every day of our lives. With each choice, each path, each thought, two voices cry out. One calls you to grow, learn, be disciplined, and live. The other invites you to quick pleasure, illusion, recklessness, and ultimately, destruction. The question is, which banquet will you choose? Which voice will you follow? From chapters 3 to 9, Solomon takes us on a profound journey, not just of advice, but of a cry from God himself to all of us. He shows us that life without wisdom is like walking through a minefield blindfolded. But a life guided by wisdom is like walking in broad daylight with safety and purpose. Chatashi, path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. Proverbs 4:18. God doesn't just want you to be good. He wants you to be free, whole, and complete. And that begins when you say yes to the wisdom from above. If this message spoke to your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to keep receiving the eternal counsel of God's Word. And now tell me in the comments, which of these teachings touched you the most today?